Hey everyone, MVD here. I promised I'd make a little react video to what the Vikes Colts game was this last weekend. That was some of the craziest football that I've ever seen. I never would have expected in a million years for us to come back from 33-0 at half. Unheard of. So I don't have too much real analysis to take away from this game. um, Other than our team has been showing heart all season. It's felt like no game, no matter what lead the other team has had, and sometimes even regardless of what lead we have had, that the game is ever over. That's been refreshing. It's been refreshing to watch the games and feel like your team always has a shot, no matter who we're playing. Um, so I'll take that away from the team, from this game. As some of the biggest things is KJ Osborne, man. He really showed up and he kept us afloat. He was the fire starter that got the offense going when nothing was working, when Cousins wasn't going, when JJ was getting knocked around, no Thielen again. KJ was showing up, and big kudos to him because he was the fire starter this week. Um, but as far as MVP, defense needs to be talked about this week. Defense needs to be talked about for the Colts game. They played 4 quarters of solid football. They shut them out in the second half. The first half, they played every quarter good enough to give our offense, quite frankly, enough opportunities to score and to win. We just couldn't cash in. But our defense played 4 quarters of good football. I know this is the Colts, but the Colts have a good run game. They had a really good, talented running back. We've struggled against teams stopping the run. We gave up a lot of yardage, and our defense still held it down. And I love the quote from Patrick Peterson at half, all we need is 5 touchdowns. I love the confidence that that man has brought to our defense. I love the confidence just as a veteran leadership that he's brought to the team. And I think that is the difference with this Vikings team as opposed to other teams in the past. We have a good blend right now of veteran leadership and youth making plays in all the right places and at the right times. It might not look pretty all the time, but we're getting it done, and got no complaints from me. Kudos to the team for this week. Big ups. We're also going to give a little bit of a preview of the Giants and Vikings game this coming Saturday on Christmas Eve. I noticed the big whiteout game, which I'm excited for. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going to be participating in the whiteout and getting all your whiteout gear on. I haven't bought anything. I haven't bought any merch in a while. They just really haven't put out anything that I've loved. But if the whiteout gear looks really, really good, then I might have to get into that because I've been looking for a new jersey. Maybe a new Justin Jefferson jersey. So let's talk about before we jump into the Giants and the Vikings preview. Let's talk about our Pro Bowlers. Let's talk about the five players that have been named as 2023 Pro Bowl starters this year. And of course, we got Kirk Cousins. Despite what the media and what even some of us and myself, honestly, as Vikings fans have said about Kirk Cousins in the past, he has had an MVP-like year, in my opinion. And it hasn't been just all Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Thielen doing all the work for him. He is threading the needle. He is hanging in the pocket, getting hit. He is playing tough, and he's kept us alive in every game, even if, you know, our defense isn't playing well, our offensive line isn't protecting, no run game. I felt like this year, especially with Kirk Cousins under snap, that we have a chance to win any game. Big kudos to him. This is a huge year. I personally think Justin Jefferson should be in MVP conversation, but if it wasn't Jefferson, I would think Cousins should have a shot at that as well. Next up, our boy Jay Jettas. He's in. This is just a historic year for him, so it's unquestioned that he would be the highest. I think he's the highest leading Pro Bowl vote getter this year, if I'm not mistaken. Completely deserved. And I think Justin Jefferson, whatever this man requires when his contract comes up, give it, pay him. No player is more important, in my opinion, to keep on the team than Justin Jefferson. The energy he plays with, the team dynamic that he brings. He's not a me guy. He is a win guy. He wants to get his stats, he wants to get his numbers, he wants to participate, but not at the cost of wins and losses. You know what I mean? He wants to win, and he wants to win championships, and those are the kind of players we need to pay and keep here for a long time. No more letting our top name receivers go over the years, that like we've continued to do. Jay Jettis needs to be a Viking for life. That's all I'll say on that. Zadarius Smith, he's been huge for our defense this year. I think he's been struggling a little bit with some injuries the last few weeks, but it's been good to see him finally get back on track and get a sack in this game. And it's very deserved for him. He's been a huge factor for us on defense this year. T.J. Hawkinson, big kudos to him. He really came in and made all the difference from us. We were not getting a lot of production out of that tight end position, and him coming over from Detroit in the middle of the season and picking up the offense and picking up a relationship with Kirk as fast as he has been huge. So kudos to him. And our long snapper, Andrew De Paola. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know this player. But that's probably why he's being voted as a Pro Bowl starter. You know, as the long snapper position. If we don't know who you are, you probably haven't made a mistake this year. So let's give kudos to those 5 players. They're killing it this year, and all the alternates that we have this year, Kendricks, Cook. You know, the list goes on. So many Patrick Peterson, so many great players that are stepping up for us this year. Big shout out to them. So now let's dive into the Giants-Vikes games this Saturday. I'm worried. I'm a little worried about this one. On paper, I feel like we are more talented, absolutely. I trust our offense and skilled position players way more than I do the Giants. But I think their defense can hold out maybe a little bit long enough for their offense to make some plays on our defense. And we haven't really had the most success with mobile quarterbacks. And if Daniel Jones can kind of get moving out of the pocket and break some things open with his legs, that can be a problem for us, and it has been a problem for us in the past. Like I said, I really like this matchup for us on paper. We've always done. I think we've won our last 3 or 4 games against the Giants. 3 games. Yep, 3 games against the Giants. We've always played them really well. We've always had success against them. Something tells me to still feel confident against them this week, but normally when the Vikings come off these huge historical, emotional victories, typically that means we have a big fat L coming the next week. Typically that's what it means. And I like our chances against the Giants in the postseason, especially at home. But for this week in particular, I wouldn't be surprised if they got away with one on us. I wouldn't be surprised. We really should win this one because this is important to, one, keep the Packers out of the playoffs. I know it's a huge long shot for them, but but we need them to lose, and we need to chase the Eagles, right? That's what it all comes down to, is that number 1 spot, the home field advantage in the playoffs. The biggest thing is if we can win out the rest of the season, if we can somehow put together a dub against the Giants, and then I forget, is it the Bears and Packers that we have in the remainder couple weeks? I think at least 2 of those games I know are there. Huge games, very winnable. We can, technically we can win out. We have the talent and the firepower to win out this year and go chase the Eagles, especially considering Jalen Hurts and his shoulder issues. And they have a little bit of a tough schedule. They got the Cowboys coming up. It would take a lot. It would take a little bit of a Christmas miracle. But like this season, guys, this season has felt different. This season has been a little bit miraculous for the Vikings. And I know that's why the media has had such a hard time believing in it, because it's been unbelievable. Let's be fair. As Vikings fans, the Bills game, the Colts game, the comeback from the down from behind victories, the 1-score game victories that we've had, this has been one of those magical seasons, which makes it feel very hopeful for the postseason. I'm riding with this team, Viking Nation. I think we have something here. If we don't go to the Super Bowl this year, I think we have a real shot of playing the Niners in the NFC Championship game. Because I do think the Eagles might not. They might falter a little bit towards the end of the year. I know they have the most complete football team, but if we can hold up, and I think the Niners are going to hold up, we could be looking at a number 1 seed for the Vikings, potentially going up against the Niners. Could be rough, but man, that'd be special. That'd be special. So that's all I got. You guys be safe this weekend. Enjoy time with your family. Enjoy the game. Um, Merry Christmas. God bless to everyone out there. And I'm just thankful for these Vikings, man. It's been a super fun season. This weekend's going to be fun. And yeah, MVD out.